as Those Meddling Kids continues. Only on Cartoon Network.
In the world television premiere, it's Scooby-Doo in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island next Saturday at 8, only on Cartoon Network.
You've seen them together plenty of times, but get them apart, and you might see some things you didn't expect.
You know, Velma's not the only smart one.
There's no one I'd rather work with. Oh.
Daphne, bitch the pump.
Old Man River.
Welcome to Those Meddling Kids. 25 hours of due. 25 hours of episodes, little-known facts, and first-time interviews. The truth is finally unmasked. Next on Cartoon Network. Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Scooby-Doo and the gang share some intimate details on what it was like getting started. Only on Cartoon Network.
Shaggy found it.
It was interesting.
Up next after the break on Those Meddling Kids.
Really thinks he's cute to save the world. I have to save the world, too.
Powerpuff Girls, saving the world before bedtime. Coming November 18th on Cartoon Network.
Those Meddling Kids, Case 1. Those Meddling Kids get started.
Well, Daddy gave us the money to start off. We didn't even have a car, so we gave our parents gas money to drive us around. Look, guys, a haunted house. Yeah! Oh, right. Pull over, Daddy. Pull over.
You're not going into any old dirty house, little missy.
Seeking their independence, they bought a van and called it the Mystery Machine.
Shaggy found it.
It was interesting.
It's groovy. After that, they skyrocketed to fame, setting new precedents for the whole crime-solving industry.
We didn't wait for stuff to come to us.
We went straight out and found those monsters ourselves.
Monsters? Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Case 2, Scooby, that meddling dog. You're watching Those Meddling Kids, 25 hours of due.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are
The 25-hour Those Meddling Kids marathon continues next when the Mysteries Inc. gang grapples with a gruesome gorilla in Never Ape an Ape Man on Cartoon Network. Stay tuned as Those Meddling Kids continues. Only on Cartoon Network.
Let me get this straight. It's not enough that I'm a pop culture phenomenon, superhero, tights-wearing type of guy in touch with my yin and my yang.
Nope.
What do you people want from me?
Ratings, viewers, and a small black purse that goes with everything.
Oh, Space Ghost Coast to Coast, a Cartoon Network kind of talk show.
Hello?
Hello, Daphne. Do you like Scooby movies?
Of course. I was just about to watch the one with Sandy Duncan.
Ooh, that's my favorite. I can see you like popcorn with your movies.
What did you say?
You like popcorn with your movies.
That's not what you said. Where are you?
Hello, Daphne.
Good gag, huh? Can I have some popcorn?
Scooby movies all next week at 7 on Cartoon Network.
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Freddy and the other members of the gang speak out for the first time about their leader, Scooby-Doo, only on Cartoon Network.
First we were thinking, okay, a dog with an Adam's apple, a little strange.
Up next after the break on Those Meddling Kids.
A Frankish night in Whoville, and who do we blame for this pinch? The ceaseless yowling, always prowling, 100% green, ghoulish Grinch. Halloween is Grinch night and everything's berserk. Friday on Cartoon Network.
Those Meddling Kids, Case 2, that meddling dog, Scooby-Doo.
Sure, at first we were thinking, okay, a dog with an Adam's apple, a little strange. But we got used to it. So when he started talking, it really wasn't a big deal for us.
But despite his special gift, Scooby did have his shortcomings.
I don't think I've ever seen an animal get as scared as Scooby does sometimes. What about Shaggy?
As the Mysteries Inc. group bonded, Scooby-Doo would with soulmate Shaggy Rogers form perhaps the most enduring partnership since Holmes and Watson.
Like things just click, you know? Now when the gang needs bait for a villain, like they send us in, it's what we do. And I'll tell you, there's no one I'd rather work with. He said that? Oh.
You think Scooby gets scared with the monsters? Try finding him when it's time to go to the vet.
That?
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Case 3, Shaggy, that meddling hippie. You're watching Those Meddling Kids, 25 Hours of Due. Coming up next, Scooby and the gang look for clues in an amusement park that's anything but amusing. It's foul play in Funland, part of the 25-hour Those Meddling Kids marathon, here on Cartoon Network. Stay tuned as Those Meddling Kids continues, only on Cartoon Network.
They've unmasked over 200 criminals together. Consider it practice. In the world television premiere, it's Scooby-Doo and the gang in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Next Saturday at 8, only on Cartoon Network.
Velma's not the only smart one. I get straight A's.
Up next after the break on Those Meddling Kids.
Check it out. It's CartoonNetwork.com, the department of cartoons. Everything that goes into a cartoon comes out here. CartoonNetwork.com, the internet cartoon. Bubbles, just don't call her a crybaby. Powerpuff Girls, saving the world before bedtime. New, November 18th at 8.
Those Meddling Kids, Case 4, that meddling kid, Daphne. Daphne Blake has become known as the most fashionable member of Mysteries Inc., but there's more to her than appearance.
You know, Velma's not the only smart one. I get straight A's. We've said, Daphne, we're in a muddy swamp. Ditch the pumps.
Even as a child, Daphne was interested in solving mysteries.
What do you want to be when you grow up, Daphne?
I want to be a supermodel
A supermodel?
and a detective.
Oh.
Her aspirations have had a toll on her personal life at times.
I was late joining the gang at Old Man Johnson's farm. I've lost more dates that way.
Although there have been rumors of something between Daphne and Brad.
Who told you that? We're friends.
We're friends.
Scooby?
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Case 5, that meddling brain, Velma. You're watching Those Meddling Kids, 25 Hours of Due.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got
Clowns are scary. Ghost clowns are scarier. And the Mysteries Inc. gang is facing the scariest of them all. It's Bedlam in the Big Top. Next on Cartoon Network's 25-hour Those Meddling Kids Marathon. as Those Meddling Kids continues. Only on Cartoon Network.
They've unmasked over 200 criminals together. Consider it practice. In the world television premiere, it's Scooby-Doo and the Gang in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Next Saturday at 8, only on Cartoon Network.
You've seen them together plenty of times, but get them apart, and you might see some things you didn't expect.
You know, Velma's not the only smart one.
There's no one I'd rather work with. Oh.
Daphne, ditch the pump.
Old Man River.
Welcome to Those Meddling Kids. 25 hours of do. 25 hours of episodes, little-known facts, and first-time interviews. The truth is finally unmasked. Next on Cartoon Network. Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, a behind-the-scenes glimpse at Velma, who reveals she may not be so perfect after all. Only on Cartoon Network.
I wonder where this Patsy...
Oh, come on, Fred. Isn't it obvious?
Up next after the break on Those Meddling Kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Let's do it again.
yeah.
This program is brought to you by Lego.
Play with us, Jinxie.
Happy Halloween from Cartoon Network.
Those Meddling Kids, Case 5. Velma, that meddling brain. The youngest member has certainly had a big impact on the group.
Jinkies.
Ricky!
I was so surprised. It just came out.
Jinkies, I'm getting worried about Captain Morgan.
Before, I just said, oh my. It wasn't as catchy.
Velma Dinkley's parents pushed her from an early age to excel in her studies, resulting in hundreds of awards for outstanding achievement. Because of this, she can be a bit more vocal than her comrades would like.
That harp case is big enough to hide something.
I wonder where this Patsy...
Oh, come on, Fred. Isn't it obvious?
Of course, Velma does do her share of sweet talking, too.
Scooby, will you do it for a few Scooby snacks?
Okay.
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Case 6, Fred and that meddling ascot. You're watching Those Meddling Kids, 25 hours of do.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby.
Scooby and the gang face Dracula, Frankenstein's monster and the Wolfman, in a gaggle of galloping ghosts. Next on Cartoon Network's 25-hour Those Meddling Kids Marathon. Stay tuned as Those Meddling Kids continues. Only on Cartoon Network.
Want to spend the weekend with a weasel, a genius, a cow, a blonde, and a chicken?
Blonde chicken? Oh, baby.
Then watch Cartoon Network's Cartoons Weekend. It's a whole weekend of cartoons. All of your favorites all weekend long. Plus, 2 brand new cartoons.
Spend your weekend with me.
And me.
And me. And me, pretty mama.
It's the Cartoons Weekend. Starting Friday, November 6th at 8. Only on Cartoon Network.
All right.
They've unmasked over 200 criminals together. Consider it practice. In the world television premiere. It's Scooby-Doo and the gang in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Saturday at 8, only on Cartoon Network.
Big green monster busted by the pup named Scooby-Doo gang.
At first, things seemed to be going my way. They were scared, I was scared. Next thing you know, I was busted. Oh, they were good, despite their age, especially the quiet one. Ooh, she's spooky.
The pup named Scooby-Doo Marathon. Saturday, noon to 8 p.m.
Take it from me. Stay out of trouble, or those meddling kids will get you.
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Fred Jones reveals some sides that we never knew existed. Only on Cartoon Network.
He's really an expert at getting into the mind of a villain.
Up next after the break on Those Meddling Kids.
Hello?
Hello, Daphne. Do you like Scooby movies?
What do you think, Shaggy?
I'm not Shaggy.
I'm hanging up now.
Wait, can I come over? I hear popcorn.
Scooby movies all next week at 7 on Cartoon Network.
Those Meddling Kids. Case 6. Fred and that meddling ascot.
Man, that thing must get steamy.
Ascot? I like how it looks.
By all counts, Fred Jones is the boy who has everything. Looks, yes, but smarts and talent, too. In fact, Fred traveled with a performance troupe before devoting himself to solving mysteries.
With his dramatic training, he's really an expert at getting into the mind of a villain. Sometimes when we're scared, Fred sings a little something from Showboat. It soothes us.
Old Man River.
Fred one day hopes to be a famous mystery writer, where he can use all of his talents to the fullest.
I just really feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. For me.
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, Case 7, Those Finger-Pointing Villains. You're watching Those Meddling Kids, 25 hours of due.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby.
Scooby said he wanted his mummy. I'm not sure this is what he meant. The 25-hour Those Meddling Kids marathon continues next with Scooby-Doo and a Mummy 2 here on Cartoon Network. Stay tuned as Those Meddling Kids continues. Only on Cartoon Network.
They've unmasked over 200 criminals together. Consider it practice. In the world television premiere, it's Scooby-Doo and the gang in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Saturday at 8, only on Cartoon Network.
It's the Powerpuff signal. Let's go!
Hurry, girls, hurry! Now let's fight!
Not so fast! Everybody ready? Let's get him!
Powerpuff Girls, saving the world before bedtime. New, November 18th at 8 on Cartoon Network.
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids. Exclusive interviews with some of the villains that have been foiled by Mysteries, Inc. Only on Cartoon Network.
In a word, anger.
Up next after the break on Those Meddling Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it again.
This program is brought to you by Lego.
I have to save the world, too.
Powerpuff Girls, saving the world before bedtime. Coming November 18th on Cartoon Network.
Those Meddling Kids. Case 7. Those finger-pointing villains.
Would have been mine if it hadn't been for those meddling kids. Hadn't been for those meddling kids.
If it wasn't for you snoopers.
Hadn't been for those meddling kids.
You've heard it time and time again. But who said it first?
I did.
I did.
Who dares defy me?
They are the villains.
You don't learn this till you've been in the biz a while. See, the key is the hidden door.
Whoa!
Ordinary people on the wrong side of justice.
Oh, yes, I was groomed to be an astronaut. And then the monkey took my rightful place.
And how do they feel about Scooby and his gang?
In a word, anger. I cannot speak without my lawyer.
They could have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling... Well, whatever.
Coming up on Those Meddling Kids. Case 8. Those Meddling Kids together again. You're watching Those Meddling Kids. 25 hours of due.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where
The hills are alive with the sound of the snow ghost. Coming up next, Scooby and the gang scope out a ski lodge in That Snow Ghost. Part of the 25-hour Those Meddling Kids marathon on Cartoon Network. Stay tuned as Those Meddling Kids continues. Only on Cartoon Network.
They've unmasked over 200 criminals together. Consider it practice. In the world television premiere, it's Scooby-Doo and the gang in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Saturday at 8, only on Cartoon Network.
Want to spend the weekend with a weasel, a genius, a cow, a blonde, and a chicken?
Blonde chicken? Oh, baby.
Then watch Cartoon Network's Cartoons Weekend. It's a whole weekend of cartoons. All of your favorites all weekend long. Plus, 2 brand new cartoons.
Spend your weekend with me.
And me.
And me. And me, pretty mother.
It's the Cartoons Weekend. Starting Friday, November 6th at 8. Only on Cartoon Network.
All right.
The truth is finally unmasked. Those Meddling Kids. 25 hours of due. Continues next. 25 hours of episodes, little-known facts, and first-time interviews. Only on Cartoon Network. Coming up on Those Meddling Kids, a behind-the-scenes look at the world's most famous mystery-solving team when they're not working. Only on Cartoon Network.
Watch out for paintings that blink. What is it with bad guys and portraits anyway?
Up next after the break on Those Meddling Kids.
Big angry clown busted by the pup named Scooby-Doo gang.
I was fine until I met those nosy kids. Now all I do is make balloon animals. Like this.
the pup named Scooby-Doo Marathon. Saturday, noon to 8 p.m. It's a sheep.
Those Meddling Kids, Case 8. Those Meddling Kids together again. They've solved more than 200 mysteries together. What did they learn through it all?
Watch out for paintings that blink. Yeah, what is it with bad guys and portraits anyway? We haven't been in one haunted house that had a landscape on the wall.
Remember the time with that evil gorilla guy?
Let me tell you, we finally catch this Joker in a gorilla suit, and he was stuck in time. Right. And Freddy goes to pull off the mask, only it doesn't come off.
And this guy is screaming.
Like it turned out to be a real gorilla.
That's what it really comes down to. We find a mystery, run around, trap a bad guy, rip his mask
And
off.
have a bunch of fun doing it, too. I love you guys.
Knock it off.
Stay tuned as Those Meddling Kids continues on Cartoon Network. You're watching Those Meddling Kids, 25 hours of due. Stay tuned as Those Meddling Kids continues. Only on Cartoon Network.
Mysteries are for solving. So here's how to do it. First, find a mystery. No. No. Yes, there's a mystery. Okay, now find a clue. No. No. Yes, there's a clue. Now, watch Mysteries, Inc., the show where you crack clues alongside Cartoon Network's biggest mystery-solving stars. Tonight at 6. Case closed. In the world television premiere, it's Scooby-Doo in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Saturday at 8, only on Cartoon Network.